The other day, right before our bike ride, I was getting Dakota's dressed. And I get Dakota's dressed the same way every time. You know, once you're a parent, you figure out things that work for you, and you don't realize that they don't work or they need to be altered until something goes wrong. The other day before our bike ride, something went wrong. When I get Dakota's dressed, you know, I put on his shirt first. He's sitting upright when I put his shirt on. Then when it comes time to put his pants on, I lay him down, I start putting his legs in, and then to get it up and like over his butt in diaper, I stand him up, I hold him, and I kind of just like let gravity do the work. This system is gold. It works every time. It's just easier to get the pants on. Right before the bike ride, I was doing that and I was trying to tuck in his shirt, which I never do. The jersey we got is just too big. So like he's wearing a James Harden Rockets jersey, and that jersey was too big, but I was like, oh, it'll look a lot better if we just tuck it in. And so I'm trying to tuck it in. And while I'm tucking his shirt in, I'm not really paying attention to how much I'm holding him or what he's doing. And you know, like baby's legs be all like wobbly, they be doing sporadic stuff. And as I was tucking his shirt in, he leaned over and like fell over. And right before he was gonna fall off of the changing table, I grabbed him so he didn't fall off the changing table. However, I wasn't able to grab him before he hit his face on the edge of the changing table. Now he's got like this little knot right here. It's actually pretty small, but it's there. It's like, dang, like he was hurt on my watch, and I have to learn how to not let that specific thing happen again. But at the end of the day, you can't prevent every little thing from happening. And I think that's been something that I've had to learn. And the more I'm with him, the more he's going to get hurt, which is crazy for me to even think, but it's true. The more I'm watching him, the more like we do these daily things together, the opportunity presents itself for him to get hurt on my watch. And that's just like a natural thing. I think us as parents, we tend to think, or like it could feel so like isolating to think, dang, I was really like slipping. I really wasn't paying enough attention to the surroundings or what the possibility was for him or her to get hurt. And as I get deeper into parenthood, I'm realizing that mistakes are going to happen, accidents will continue to happen. But the other thing is, I'm not sure I'm in my best season of being a parent. And when I say that, it sounds like crazy, because yeah, Avery, like I feel like I'm doing a good job, and I think other parents, you're doing a great job. But we naturally have strengths. Like I am a very patient person, and I like to hear people out. But Dakotas can't do anything but cry when he wants something or feels something. And with that said, I think us as parents, we got to realize that as our sons or our daughters are growing up and evolving as kids and as people, we have to grow up and evolve as parents. The same, like Dakotas is not going to need the same me in 3 years as he will in 4 years or 10 years. Like this progression of parenthood has to happen. And sometimes I think like, dang, I can't wait till he's this age. And it's probably because I think I'm going to be a great parent in that season, simply because a lot of the things that may come up will speak to a lot of my strengths. And so I'm a great parent in this season because what he needs is exactly what I'm great at doing or able to provide. In that, I have to also be aware that there's times where I need to take steps back as a parent and say, hey, I don't want to look past this moment in the time that I need to grow in this season to be the parent that he needs and be available and be just like loving in this way. I think like what I want to start doing each like month or each year is evaluate like my son's love languages and like what is he needing or wanting from me and how can I best do that in this season. And those seasons will continue to change, and so that's why I want to revisit every month or every like 6 months or once a year of understanding his love languages so I can better parent and love him in those seasons. That was just a thought that I've been thinking about here lately, and I think can help a lot of parents is what are things that are happening in this season that you might not be great at, or things that might come up in the future that you're not going to be great at, and how do you prepare for that? How do you start to prepare for back talk or independence? I think sometimes, particularly probably mothers, it's usually hard when their kids become more independent. For me, I'm excited for that because I think it's going to speak to a lot more of my strengths and how I parent him and how I talk through things with him. Whereas I think with Tabby, that's harder to like let go of her baby and this like little bitty mini her. It's hard to let go, but it is required in that season. That's what he needs from his mom, or that's what he's going to need from dad. I think we can all be better parents if we put out all of those changes that could occur or different strengths that we have as people. And as we go through those thoughts of like, man, I'm strong at this or strong at that or weak at this and weak at that, I can be a better parent and be prepared to be a better parent in all those seasons as they arise, and start learning our kids and our sons' love language and how can I best parent and love him. That was a little ramble, but I wanted to share that story, and I wanted to share just like what was going through my head as I had him go through this season of hurt, and then I started thinking about like just everything. But that was it. I'm excited. The bike ride was super fun. I think y'all will really like it. Dakota's definitely liked it. Spoiler alert, it was an e-bike. I was not about to pull this boy all over the city. I'm not like a real biker. But I think that was a great episode. I'm excited for that to come out. But I really wanted to lean into this moment of failure as a parent and not seeing that as a failure, but as a learning point, and understanding and giving myself grace of I'm continuing to learn. And as I learn, I have to learn from a lot of my failures. You can't just learn from like prevention. Give yourself grace. You're doing great.